Yes, a very good evening to you tuned into UBC TV. We thank you so much for keeping it with us in through all our programs, and welcome to this week's edition of UBC One-on-One with Michael Jordan Lukuma. We discuss different topics with different icons, outstanding personalities that we come to look for to make sure that we share different information for the good of yourself, your family, your community, and the beautiful pearl of Africa, Uganda. We are coming to you from Mukono municipality. There is a big man in Mukono who has a life we want to look at. Who this man is, the things he has done, and what plans he has. He is also a businessman. We know him so much in the education sector. He has been the MP for Mukono South, and he was mayor for Mukono. Somebody said, Emyaka Chikumi. So we want to get to know him. How did he sail through to all these positions? Join me, welcome the Honorable Muyanja Ssenyonga Johnson. He was mayor of this beautiful town, Mukono, and he has also represented them in Parliament. He has also been the chairman Buganda caucus in Parliament. So we want to know what kind of personality is behind that big name, Johnson Muyanja Ssenyonga. Honorable, you're welcome to UBC One-on-One with Michael Jordan Lukuma.
Thank you.
How are you doing? How is Mukono and how is life generally?
I'm doing well.
You look very smart after leaving Parliament.
Why not? God is with me. You know, sometimes there's a saying that when people put you down, God will lift you up.
Okay. You left Parliament. How did you lose the seat? Let's start from there.
I don't know, because I'm not saying I lost the seat, but there was a misconception in the region against the NRM party. You must believe that, because in Central here, you know what used to come, because many were voting the umbrella.
Okay.
And I was on the bus, but I managed to score many votes, so I can't say I lost.
How would an umbrella throw a man out? A household name in Mukono, a name that has been that vibrant and strong in Mukono. I've talked to so many people in Mukono who are very proud of you and they really loved you.
Of course, they loved me. But they were saying, you leave that party and join the other party and you see what will happen. So
you refused and they also refused.
I can't say I refused. I was already the flag bearer. It is not a matter of changing things. Yeah, but good enough, I thank God, I'm alive and kicking.
Okay.
That's what I can say.
How does it feel to lose an election?
It sometimes pains you feel that people don't appreciate, and it may even lead to many other members of parliament not to deliver beyond their level.
Because after all,
people don't appreciate. So that sometimes happens, and you cannot say, because me, it was my first time, but I can tell you what is on the ground will remain there for years, and it will be in history for some good time. So that's why I feel happy. You know, when you go and people say, so-and-so did this. So-and-so is the one who did this. He's the one who built this school. He's the one who roofed this church. He's the one who did this. You also feel, you say, oh, thanks, my Lord. And I know many mature people are still very proud and have trust in me. It is just a matter of time.
What do you mean by that? Because some of us thought you being a businessman,
a matter of time means in this contest means you are not yet retired. Because am I old? No. Am I tired? No. And I didn't develop any anger. So they are still having a lot of hope. If you were to enter in my room, you will receive many invitation cards, many budgets. They still have hope, because I can see the river for their needs as individuals and for their needs as a community. So it is a matter of time.
Times as Uganda Cranes, we have not qualified, but we go back and prepare. Not until we qualify for AFCON. Now we are looking at World Cup. Are you trying to say that
when you don't
2026 Muyanja Ssenyonga will be on the ballot from Mukono South?
can you have doubt of that?
You don't know.
It get it from me. That's why I say it's a matter of time. Matter of time. Even up to now, they are calling me, and I'm still in their mind and their hearts. So, because now it is to wait and see what will happen after 3 years, and the 4th year it will be a real job done.
Okay. What do you think will be different?
A lot.
The situation that
A lot will be different.
that came up in 2021.
Yes. Many stories were told to voters. They are going to wait. First year, it is almost ending. When they are seeing nothing, second year will happen, third year will happen. And good enough these days, you, the media people, you assess people's performance in parliament and you publish it. This is the difference. That was the difference.
What do you miss in Parliament?
Yes, yeah, I had so many good friends. I had so many good friends.
Honorable, would that be one reason you would love to go back to Parliament?
Hey, why? Hey, even power. The way you talk when you are just a mere flag bearer is not the way you talk when you have the powers of being a member of parliament.
People have looked at parliamentary seats as salary fetching opportunities, money fetching opportunities. To you who has been in parliament, who has had this seat, what would be your kind of clarification to the people who look at your seats like that?
It is also true that members of parliament are highly paid. That's not a lie.
Now, some of us think that's why we see people selling their
Of course, it is one of
sell their whatever.
Of course, it is one of the reasons, but not for all. Because there are so many people who spend whatever they earn from parliament to their constituencies. Yes, but even the pride. Hey, now you have mentioned my CV. Eh? If I can tell you, I'm proud. I always tell people, me, I had my first car when I was in senior 2 in Irubiri SS. The medicine records of you, CBS knows. I was there with them. I had my first plot and home in senior 4 VAC. Eh? I became the first youth in Mukono to put up strong teams and youth groups in our early 20s. I was the first person to be elected as the chairperson of Mukono Town Council. I was able to cause a lot of developments which will remain on the ground. I was able to be the first chairperson of all chairpersons of town councils in Uganda. When I got a chance to upgrade Mukono to a municipal status, I was the first mayor of Mukono Municipal Council. Not only that, but I was the first mayor of Uganda Urban Authorities Association, UAAU, the umbrella of all urban councils of Uganda. And you can ask them how vibrant the association was. It is not the same as of today. So things used to happen in a different way. So you must be proud. When you are given a chance, that's why the name is almost everywhere.
What makes you that kind of a different man? Vibrant in your community, in the municipality, in the country. What is so special with Muyanja Ssenyonga?
I always tell the truth, even if it is against my party. I always say the truth. I'm not selfish. I share whatever I have with my people. And I'm concerned because when you go around, even in your ministries, your department, you find many students whom have been sponsoring in their education. Yes. So when you get a chance, you have to help others. That makes you special. When I got the first partnership with Norway, what I thought was how to lift the women in my town council. They came, We built a market. We gave them Intandikwa through managing your skills. We did what? I've trained the youth in skills for the last 17 years. Salon and beauty, catering, tailoring, and everywhere you go, they say, now I have opened 2 more schools for tailoring on a reasonable, affordable amount of not less than 150. You can't believe it. So those are some of the issues people look at and say, oh, this one, whatever he gets, shares it with us. Not because he wants votes, but because, for example, you have been talking of someone called Basude, the late Basude. It was early 97 when I picked, when we lost him. He was one of the singers I used to enjoy as a young boy, because by then I was really very young. But when I attended with Chibuka, Senkubuge Siasa at Pride Theatre, they said, now he has left the children. We picked a few, and I'm happy. One of the daughters and many others are now the pride of the musician group after qualifying with a degree. So for me, that I feel when you do what tax the people, forget about these elections, because the elections can be contrary. You don't know, and more so we here in NRM, we are against each other. NRM members, we are against each other.
We shall come to that. You say you had your first car in Senior 2.
Yes.
How possible is that? Were you a thief?
No. That's what I'm telling you.
Where did you get that money in Senior 2? What did you used to do?
Oh,
Senior 2 is
my dad,
a 14, 15 year old.
exactly. My dad, the best you could do was to pay school fees once and the uniform once. But you could not mind about what you will get at the canteen. You go to the canteen, you boast. So by then we were staying at Chibuye. And around there, people used to leave their jerry cans outside their doors. So together with Stanley Kariango, he's now one of the prominent big men in Kampala. He was even the chairperson of Fathers Union for Namirembe. They are billionaires there. We sat and agreed. But these days we go to school at 1. Because by then schools had 2 sessions. Morning session and afternoon session. So, but why don't we start fetching water? I said, but what if our parents know? Because we are not poor.
Yes.
We are not renting. No? I said, how will they know? We pick the jerry cans, take them there, fetch water, distribute, get paid every weekend. We started. Within no time, I realized that it could fetch money. I built one big tanker. This is silver
made out of
iron sheets. And I put it there, and I got a vehicle. By then, I'm very proud of Leo Chibirango, one of our stepfathers. He was then the governor, Bank of Uganda. So there I get connected with the driver who used to drive the water tanker for Bank of Uganda. Oh, that man helped me a lot. He could bring me 2 trips of water a day, pour in the tank. People could fight there, and I collected money. So when I counted, I had enough to buy a car so that I can ease my program of going to school and coming back to monitor the project. So that's how I started.
Was it not swag? Did you really buy the car? I'm looking at a Senior 2 now. 15, 14 years.
The intention was not a swag, because after buying
was it really for business?
Yes,
or swag?
because after getting it, I started thinking beyond the boundaries. By then I was thinking of coming here to monitor the water project. I changed the idea. Then I joined the Total. That Total station was for our parents. There were many. Lawrence Mukasa, Stephen Ichobe, Leo Chibirango. So I joined part of them, Patrick Cheune, Moses Ekiswa. So I joined them there. After school, I could drive and be there. I realized that many pump attendants could not manage to write receipts very well. So I started by helping them to write receipts. We had so many customers. And don't forget, those days, petrol was not like these days how you see it.
Wow.
We could only have one petrol station in town. And the people know that Total House, this is on Ginger Road and Session Road, was always the petrol station that could get fuel. You could spend 2 weeks without getting fuel. People could line up and leave their vehicles there for a week.
Just to get fuel?
Just to get fuel. But for us, we are getting almost 3 times a week. So we get involved. We did very wonderful businesses. By the time I went to Senior 4, I had a caravan, Nissan caravan.
What was it doing?
I hired it to, there was a tour company on that building. They were stuck. They had very few vehicles. So I hired that one to start transporting the education officers during the time of Namirembe Bitamazire, when he was the minister, during Obote.
Okay, because I was going to ask
you, but it wasn't me.
Was minister when I was in Senior 4?
Yes, exactly.
Museveni's regime here.
Namirembe Bitamazire was also minister in Obote's regime.
She has served this country.
So,
still for education?
Yes.
Okay.
So they hired the vehicle and they could pay me a lot of money every week, a lot of money. So that's how I started, because even me building my first home was in Senior 4 Vaka. So,
oh no, Honorable Muyanja.
It is on record. You go here and ask.
Where was
I'm not
that
telling
home?
you stories. Nabuti here. And the house is still there.
You built it in Senior 4?
Yes. Vak.
What were you doing then? So we have this caravan.
Hey.
We have the car as well. Had you sold the car to buy the caravan, or you had both of them?
Then I had sold the other small one, which is an outlaw, these ones which they just put the gear like this.
Yes.
Then I had already sold that one. I remained with only the caravan.
Which caravan had now started doing business?
Doing business. And I used to get a special hire to take me back home. In my parents' home by then. So,
give us a picture. In Senior 2, and this is the kind of person you are. Senior 4, you have a home. What kind of Muyanja was at school then?
No, I was...
Teachers really tell you, sit down and you listen?
I have many who are still even alive and kicking. They can tell you that I was very calm. Even my hobbies and oggies there, Lubiriases, the Made in Sereko, Ndaula, the Jintu, there are many. They can tell you. I was very calm. I've never been proud. Because even now, I'm not so poor, but I've never been proud.
Okay.
I've never been proud.
You remained a good boy at
Yes,
school,
I remained a good boy. And then we had even started getting involved into Magendo, sort of. Someone tells you there is a fuel the other side. They are selling. You say, what can we do? So you find a way of getting it and selling it. And
get some profit? And
of course. Forget about these days where the petrol stations are everywhere, every quarter kilometer there's a petrol station. No.
How about your performance in class?
Performance in class wasn't
counting money.
Yes, wasn't so poor because I managed to pass well, and that's why you hear I have a degree. I have a master's degree.
No, I mean, because of course you passed and you managed to get, but didn't business affect your revision at home, your concentration in class, and things like that?
That's automatic. Someone who would have passed in the first grade, you end up passing in the second grade. That's what it means. Okay. But by then it was not so. It wasn't just a point to take note of. That I'm like not to lose, not to pass in the first grade. The interest was to have money.
Okay. That's what the focus was.
Yes.
You get into business. Do you think that is possible today when you look at the children of today? Those of us that came after in the 85, 86, whatever, what time at that time, and now, do you think it is possible today? Because a young boy in Senior 2 watching you may get inspired and he gets to think this is now possible. Do you think it's possible?
It is possible.
How?
Very possible.
Can somebody be in senior 2 and...
I've seen, it is only that you have come to visit me, I would have taken you somewhere. And you find, for example, I'm now doing some construction, but the boys that are constructing, helping, the main builders,
Yes.
Porter. The porters are all students. Can you imagine?
All
They
the
are
casual laborers at the site.
are students at the site, because I noticed it could help. If they are getting 15,000 a day, for example, now, since the other COVID started, I've been with them for now over 7 months. How much have they earned? They are not buying food.
15,000
a day.
times 31 days. 15 times 30, that is 300 plus...
Like a 450
yes, 450.
a month. Now they have been there for 7 months.
450 times 7.
Eh.
That is some good money.
Okay, you can reduce a few weekends where sometimes I'm stuck, I don't have sand, and they say, I don't know, today you are not going to work, wait tomorrow. That means they are able now to prepare for their school fees. I'm happy. One is not thinking of only school fees, but one is opening up a store.
Okay.
He's saying, my brother is not working, but now I've accumulated more than 2 million for the period I've worked here. And I've been told constructing a store can take me 600. And the items you are going to put there can take me like a million.
Which money I have.
So those who are going to see him in senior 2, senior 3, they will say, where is he getting money to buy good shoes? Not knowing that he labored when he had an opportunity.
And he invested.
And he invested the little. The biggest challenge is we overspend these days. In the past, there was no overspending. What do you spend on the money? I used to go to see Bakayimbira, Dramaticas, these 30 years of banana, Omwami
30
Oyonga.
years of the Banana Republic. Mr. Alex Mukulu.
Alex Mukulu.
Yes.
Emizanyo gyonna nagirabanga. Nga gye ngenda munazothero spending mmeka. Olituula wali ne munywa chupa ya soda. Ne mulaba ne munyumirwa ne muddeeka. Kubanga ffe twavanga wali ku mafuta n'ojjolaba omuzannyo n'oddeeka. So there was no this extravagance. Okay. Like I see people going for massage, a young boy spending 60,000 every day for massage. What? This business of getting into a lot of relationship wasn't there.
Now, as we wind up, we want to go for a break. You've gotten this money. Did your life move like that throughout?
Of course, and I'm very thankful to God.
You never got a setback. What are those kind of aspects that helped you to keep the money that you got as a boy up to when you were a man? Briefly, as we wind up.
I was fully involved in church. Much as I was a young boy, for example, at my early 20s, I was moving with elderly people. So definitely when you see, even when I started
kind of
here,
friends you
yes,
make.
look what the late area Mambule Chigundu, to trusty, yes,
He was
a young
baby.
boy, yes, a young boy of 22. I was the only boy who could enter his bedroom. I was not related to him, but he had a trust in me. I used to serve him funeral here in Kampala. So when he saw me here, he said, you boy. And I used to be very, very smart. Forget about these days when we are growing up, we are busy. But we used to be very smart.
Even
so
now when you're old, you look very smart. Smarter than me, actually.
So that helped me. Even to borrow some leaf from the old singers. Waliwo omusajja oyo yayimba oluyimba bamuyita Dani Mugula. Tyomulimu ogumu mutego bwe gumesuka. Kati ngezo ffe bye twawuliranga nga bikuwa amaanyi okukola. Negala ennaku zino akola alowooza nti nenkya waakufa. Wawulira ne COVID siriimu aga nti enkya waakufa. Ennyimba ze babayimbya zigamba nywamu walumbe mubbi nga zonna zinywa gezigwa.
How did you keep yourself safe? Actually, what I wanted to wind up with, your parents. Today, not even today, some parents limit their children to go into the money kind of spheres because of the temptations there.
Yeah, I thank God that they trusted me, and I used to move closer with them, much as I had some good money, but I never disrespected them. I was respecting them, free.
Would you go back home and wash dishes?
Oh,
And sweep the
my friend, yes, I used to do so. Ironing, I could do so.
Because you wanted to be
yes,
smart.
yes, I
I'm
wanted.
talking about fetching water.
Even the plates, whatever at home, I was fully involved.
Honorable, your siblings are watching you on TV.
I am telling you, they even know. Even now, it is only that my wife doesn't want me to do even ironing, whatever. Things maybe, but I can't do. I can wash my car.
She thinks you would be entering her territory.
Yes.
Today we have people fighting for territories.
For territories, it is every.
You have made the money and you're a successful man and all that. How do you then think about joining politics and why?
What I can say, there's
When
no
was it? How?
this saying of I'd made the money. No, it is not there. But
No,
I had.
I mean, as a young man, because if as a
Yes.
in senior four, you
Other
had
youth-
caravan, you had what?
The
You had
youth
made
members
money.
in Suve Kawuga ward approached me because I was too much involved in all youth programs in the church with the late Archbishop Mpalanyi
Actually, before
Nkoyoyo.
bringing you there, you were in Chibuye and Kampala.
Yes.
When do you then cross to Mukono and why?
We were in Chibuye, so during the war, Banyanya War of 79, 80,
You took off and stopped in.
no, we had already, we had a home here, but it was under construction.
Okay.
Don't forget that I'd already bought land here,
In senior four vacation.
vacation,
Yes.
and I was already constructing. So when the war came, that's how our stepdad said, but now this is too much, we can't manage Kampala. Because 1980, 81, 82, 83, we said enough is enough. And we joined this side. So when we came, it was almost the time for the enthronement of the first bishop. By then he was called Afghan Bishop of Mukono Diocese. The late Dr. Livingstone Mpalanyi Nkoyoyo.
So rest in peace.
So I had already been in touch with the Mambule Chigundu. They were the organizers. We got in touch. That's how I got involved. And a lot was seen. My performance was seen, how best a young boy could work closely with elders and do the best. So when election came, I was elected to be a youth representative. That was 89, yes. And immediately, when 201 came, I stood as a councillor. No. By then, I stood as a chairperson of Mukono Town Council after having seen my performance. And I'm the one I can even tell you, even if you ask him, I'm the one who invited the Honorable Bakaruba Mukasa because we were closely together, because all of us were working for the late Archbishop Nkoyoyo,
Yes.
his
So
programs.
You were friends.
Yeah, so I invited him. For him, he came as the
The
secretary for publicity. Councillor.
Okay. So he was a councillor
Yes.
to Parliament.
Yes.
Okay.
He served Mukono Town Council as a councillor. Me, I stood for
Mayor.
Town
Council was chairman.
chairman, in a bracket mayorship.
Yes.
So 201, I contested, and things went well. Then 205, I contested, and things went well. 2010, what?
206.
Because I had
2001, 2006.
I had 3 terms as the chairperson of Mukono Town Council. There, he also contested as the chairperson of all town councils in Uganda. By then, there were not so many, they were like 100. Because now they are over 200 plus, or 400.
Yeah.
So I became the chairperson, and I served them. As I was making progress to see how we can become a municipal council. So in 2010, the parliament declared Mukono Town Council a municipality. So
2011?
No, 2011 I stood
For mayorship of the municipality.
and I have the ever highest margin because I was above 87%. We contested with 3, but I was an independent. This time there was also confusion in our party. So I tried to come as independent. They were trying to squeeze me. This time I never realized it like I did for mayorship. Then I came as an independent and I managed to win. Then I joined the other urban fraternity and I contested and I became the first, not the first, but because we had many others. We had Kabuye, Mayor Ford Kabuye, former mayor of Entebbe, and that was one of my mentor, and I praise him. May God give him whatever he deserves.
Really?
He's a God man. Stephen Kabuye. Oh, yeah. So, when he lost, he contested and he lost, and Mia had gone through, I stood and I became the president of the mayors of Uganda from 2011 to
16.
2015. Say, we call it 16, okay, 2016.
So 2016?
2016.
You came opposite UBC, opposite National Theatre.
Yes.
Just
I contested in a constituency where I've even delivered because that's where I have much of my land and services to the community in that constituency, in the sector of education.
You have complained about your party having divisions.
Yeah.
But you are blamed for having a lot of friends and collaborations with opposition people. Have you heard about that yourself?
That's a lie. Because
not only in Mukono, but even
no, the biggest challenge.
in the national political
yes,
platform.
the biggest challenge. People
in your party blame you
don't have a difference.
Yes.
They don't get a difference between politics and your other life. For example, Besigye. Besigye was operating Toto Nsambya. When I was operating Toto Chireka, when I was operating Toto Mairombiri Jinja, when I was operating Toto Mukono, were both dealers.
Yes.
Was in politics by then? The answer is no. Was in politics in 88, 89, 90? No. But he was a dealer, and even up to today, he's a dealer. Dealer means someone who operates that petrol station on behalf of Total.
Yes.
I was operating Toto Chireka. I was operating other petrol stations in Total. So we were dealers, we used to meet. Now, when he become contest, should I just meet him and I don't even wave because he's there?
So
No, let me tell you. Namboze, I was the first person to employ Namboze as the law enforcement in Mukono. He campaigned even for me. By then, it was even for NRM, you remember?
Yes.
By then, there were no parties. Should I meet her and say, I don't even greet you? That's the problem. People don't differentiate between politics and someone else. Look what Bobby Wine, my uncle Sentamu, because my mother is Namagembe. Sentamu is of Mbogo Kilan. I've told you I've been associated with all musicians. You ask them. Bonabo. Bayiri Namatovu, Bayani, Lutaya. Bonaba Jaku. Bajaku. Oh, we musajja tubadde naye ebbanga ki lyonna. Bajja okuyimba. Babatawanya ku drive.
That is a false accusation.
Yes.
What unites
the only
people?
problem for me, which they can say, when it came to the article 202, because I said no, but it wasn't my blame. It was what the people told me in the constituency. They gave me money, I consulted, and even I've told you, sometimes when you have elders, you have to also take the advice. The elders also say, these people have told you to say this. The moment you say contrary.
Which elders? In Mukono here?
Hey.
You also met them?
Hey. Including my canons in church.
They told you?
Hey. You go with what the people have told you.
They told you to Jukwata.
Go with what people have told you. But that was not to be against the party. That I would have been against my people's will. you can lose and remain comfortable.
So one, the opposition people that you deal with, it is on personal business basis.
Exactly. I've told you, you ask them.
How come you have failed to convince? Because I'm sure you have also had these accusations.
Hey,
How
no.
come you have failed to
People who
convince
have
your
weak
people?
mind in my party.
Are the ones that peddle those?
Exactly. They paint that one to deceive Muzei, His Excellency. That no, this one is a bad man. But when you deliver, they don't.
But you look at this scenario.
Hey.
People peddle such accusations about you. Then a bill comes, and indeed you vote like them. They're like the opposition people. And you were you not confirming the accusations?
Then why were you sent for consultation? No. You know something? I've told you one of my biggest problem
is honesty.
Exactly.
How do you feel that the people that told you what?
When they were given money.
They even caused you problems in your party that people got annoyed with you. Again, betrayed you when time came to vote you back to parliament.
Exactly. That one can happen, but I don't blame them. Human beings are like that. They change with whatever comes.
So what do you think causes the divisions within your party?
People's failure to deliver. When they see someone delivering, they think you can be a darling to the big man, and they want to pull you down, and it is everywhere.
Tell me, you went to State House and apologized.
No. That's where people went wrong. We went to State House because that was a time for all members of parliament to go back to their parties. The DP went there.
Yes.
The NRM, we went. And we were to ask him, is he still interested in us being in his party? After having said no.
What if he said no? I'm not interested in having.
He would have gone. But he said yes. But it was not a matter of apologizing. That's where people go wrong. But that's politics. Yes.
So you guys did not apologize?
No. You are media people. You saw even what Honorable Monica presented to His Excellency. Were they saying apologies? No. He was saying, Your Excellency, here we are. We are the so-called Labour MPs. We are seeking for your advice because we are your children. And even up to today, because what about other articles and other things? We are not voting together. If I disagree with you here, and you think now, but even that's being very unfair. How many people have disagreed with His Excellency and they are now working closely with him? Can I mention them?
Mention a few.
Hey, Honorable Ssenyonga, Mabira. Mama Mabira.
Yes.
Betty come here.
Yes.
Moses Ali. Many people.
They
Even
disagreed with him, but again, continued to
exactly.
with him. Now,
You mean in this cabinet, don't you see many people, even someone who came from FDC, who was the most Katakalat one in the central, but is he not now a minister? So this one was just a blessing to these weak-minded people.
to peddleize against you.
Exactly. But
Now, you said it is just a matter of time.
Yes.
At the beginning of this discussion.
Yes.
Meaning, 2026, the ballot papers in Mukono for MP will have the name Johnson Muyanja Ssenyonga. How are you going to overcome what you call weak minds, the peddled lies,
as a
and
teacher,
all the accusations?
As a teacher of psychology, I'm now in the
Are
class.
you laughing at me or you're laughing at
I'm
something?
now in a class looking like this. You know, you have to study the ground first. Yes.
What have you studied? Or you can't
I'm,
read it here?
I'm still in the class.
Honorable, I will come and interview you after.
Yes, you will. I'm telling you.
Let me hope you will welcome me.
I'm telling you, don't think that I'm being taken as a weak person. Do you think, am I being taken as a weak person? Many people are approaching me.
Of course, you're not a weak person.
Many people are approaching me from different corners, but I'm still watching the ground. It is not time for politicking. Can I go back to
You see, there
the
is
village?
A difference. There is a difference. Sometime I sat near a Uganda Cranes player at Nambole when he was not part of the team playing. The way he was explaining things, it means somebody at the turf playing and the person this side watching, a spectator, see things differently.
Exactly.
How do you see things now when you're very far away from the turf?
I'm enjoying the game. When you are not there, you don't suffer much of the
stones thrown.
The stones thrown. Now, which they used to, the blame that could come to me now goes to someone, and I'm watching.
Okay.
And I'm yet to see the difference. And I'm not keeping quiet. I'm also moving. I'm being invited on functions. I'm attending. I eat my food with peace. I only attend functions where I think I couldn't miss. I don't have their mandate. Yes.
So
if I was 65 kilograms, I'm sorry to tell you now I'm 72. I drive my car freely.
You don't need to stop at
no,
to wave at
no. If I want to wave, I do. If I don't, I don't. Because I'm not on their mandate. There is someone who is on their mandate. They used to tell you guys, enguudo zonna zikola babaka. Bino byonna bikola babaka. Kati omugamba babikole. Ate bafa.
Honorable, how do you now see government very far away from Mukono? Because you are watching everything now from Mukono.
What I've said, the president one time also accepted that he's having some people who are corrupt, but he has not yet got a wave arresting them. That one, I had it. And I'm looking forward to see one day when he will come up to arrest them, so that this tendency of corruption can reduce. Because corruption is affecting all of us. Two, I'm looking at the way they are managing their budget. I'm happy with this new finance boss, Secretary to Treasury. He's having good proposals, but I sympathize with him whether we'll be able to implement them.
What do you mean by that?
Because I saw last time he said, all unnecessary expenditure. Like now, do we need travels to that level? So it would be cut so that a Ugandan can benefit. We know we have suffered with COVID. He's called who?
Ramadan Gobi.
Ngobi, that one. He's having good ideas, but he should be supported to implement them.
Who do you think has to support him?
His Excellency. He's the boss of all of us in this country. Whoever does the kavuyo must report to the big chair. So again, before you leave that one, I want to appreciate the Prime Minister Nabanja. He came up with a statement that he supervises all the ministers. This tendency of people even not appearing in Parliament, not even doing their part of work thoroughly well, but they complain that Sunday Show is interfering into my docket. Which docket? People are interested in the service delivery. So those are some of the...
You were Mayor Mukono.
Yes.
Would you be happy if the LC5 again was doing the work of the mayor, sitting in your office as the mayor?
No, you are bringing something totally different.
No. The
mayor and the chairman of LC5, they are not in the same local government. Mukono district is self-independent, and the Mukono municipality. You say this, if you are councillor...
If the town clerk was sitting in your office as the mayor...
Not sitting, doing the work I'm supposed to do. That means I've relaxed. For example, there was a time I used to get involved. Collecting garbage is part of the town clerk's work. But I could order the trucks myself and give them fuel to solve the problem, because people are complaining to me, not complaining to the town clerk. Town clerk is a civil servant. He's not voted. I did it many times. Grading roads, you ask them here. I could not wait for him. When I'm carrying the blame and I wait for someone who is not going to be blamed, he's transferred from here to another area.
So
my friend.
On the arguments in town, you are Team Nabanja.
Yes. Let every minister join it. the Prime Minister to make sure that the complaints can reduce so that people can have what we call value for money and a proper service delivery.
Honorable, you are a businessman in this town, and in one.
I'm just a teacher. I'm not a businessman.
Okay.
Yes.
You are known as one of the proprietors of schools in Muyanja.
Yes.
Private school proprietors, you are warming up to squeeze everything out of us. As the president
Who told
plans
you
to
so?
open.
Who told you so?
We have seen lists of requirements all over the country. Actually, I'm holding you at ransom on behalf of all school proprietors in the country.
Now,
Why?
can I face in the camera? I want to tell people, the problem it is you, Ugandans. Find your level. Find your level. If someone overcharges you, why do you go there? You mean there are no other schools?
But we want.
No. There is no quality. Quality is made by you, the parents. If you become serious and you attend your parents' meeting, you emphasize what you want to the head teachers and the class teachers, and you pay the little fee that is required. You mean all of us went through those big schools? Those big schools covers only 10% of the Ugandans. What are you meaning? But if you people, you even sell your land, plot, they must go going to that school, unless you are so sure. Now I have my son who wants to be a lawyer. That one I know is a sure deal. The job is there. My daughter is a lawyer. It's a sure deal. She's employed. But if someone is saying, I'm going for social what? When this is, no. I don't want to mention, but I'm saying we should find our levels and we should have a limit. Even the government, you remember, that's what I even told the minister. Why don't we come up with a minimum fee to government-aided schools? Why should people be charged as if we are all thieves? So don't say that all proprietors are going to overcharge. Those who are interested, they will overcharge those who are also part of that corridor. Because there is the corridor of the tycoons, people who get free money, people who sign agreements and come up with huge figures, commissions. But if you know that my salary is 1 million, why do you take your son or daughter to school where they are charging 3 million per term? That means every 3 months you have to look for 3 million. How many plots will you say to achieve your goal? So please,
the challenge is with
the challenge with you, the parents. And for the children, please, you go to any school. As long as teachers do teach, you can make it. I know people have gone through lower schools and they have made it, and they are now the doctors, the lawyers of this country, the accountants, the MPs. Then you ask them. So many MPs have never even gone to boarding schools, but now they are there.
Thank you so much, Honorable. That brings us to the end of all we had for you this evening. UBC One-on-One with Michael Jordan Lukomwa. The Honorable Johnson Muyanja Ssenyonga was mayor of Mukono, was a member of parliament, and he says it's just a matter of time. For those of you who are in the political business, you can interpret his statement. And he's also a household name in this town in a number of areas. So we really had to talk to him because he has a story to inspire a good number of us. My name is Michael Jordan Lukomwa with Davis Kamukama and the whole team. Wish you the best of the evening. Good night.